text for during the Matins was centering prayer, our true self, the mind of Christ. And it really struck me here, the presence of God is going to accompany us into the daily, whether in forms of prayer, our relationships, or our workplace. Without trying to, but just by being in God, as you go about your daily functions, you exercise a kind of an apostolate. And you're very joking. You may be pouring grace into the atmosphere and into other people, diffusing sadness or diffusing somebody's preoccupied with something. All our activities need to come out of the center, the heart. In Orthodoxy, we call it the nous, the center, the very center that's made to the image and likeness of God. Centering prayer tends not only to access our spiritual nature, but to express our true self. We are coming from an inner freedom that more and more, and this is important, we are coming from an inner freedom that more and more, without our thinking about it, there's much stress on thinking, without our thinking about it, expresses the mind of Christ in our particular daily lives through the welling up and flowing over of the fruits of the Spirit. And there we have the Beatitudes too. Blessed are the poor in spirit. Blessed meaning so content. Doesn't mean bubbly, sparkling water. It means deeply content. Poor in spirit. What does that mean? I wrestled with that many years. And then finally a spiritual father who was a hermit in France said to me, just off the cuff, by the way, do you know what that really means, poor in spirit? And so I muttered something, but it wasn't to the point. And he said it just means poor in ego-centeredness. Ego, narcissism, turning inward, mulling over how bad something is, how bad I am, and how hopeless this is. This is the one of the biggest obstacles today. I was reading a couple of weeks ago, I think it was maybe in the Week in Review, is our culture is immersed in narcissism. It's all about me. Even if it's not selfish me in the sense of getting stuff, it's about me as to how I feel about being in the presence of so-and-so. How I feel that, oh, gee, the choir was horrible today. Can't we do better? Of course sometimes it could do better, but we won't get it better. I mean, these are the plagues of monastics especially. Trust me on that. The temperature of community's mindset is the choir. And the poor directors, heaven help them, they have a special place in heaven. But you see, we get immersed in our troubles, and when we catch ourselves, this is grace. That's grace. God's saying, here I am. Don't you see? It's the now. Anything that you're concerned about right now, it's tomorrow, or it's the next day, it's a month from now. Or it was the past, you can't do anything about the past. Now. And then comes the creative spirit to deal with whatever comes in our lap. That is like putting out into our lap a bunch of raw material and says, now, make something out of that. But I don't know how. Well, consult divine wisdom. Stay with it. You're going to have to use your mind and your brain a little bit here and there, definitely. But it's a whole outlook. life. And the First Testament, which I have to call it rather than the Old Testament, because we live a lot by the Old Testament, the Psalms and Deuteronomy and the prophets. It's the First Testament. It's Jesus' only testament, except his own life and his example and his following the Father. So the leitmotif is choose life. Why do you want to choose death? If you take Deuteronomy, you'll see that as a leitmotif. And it's very, very, very actual today. Now, we must realize too that when we listen with the ears of the heart, our innermost self, our nous, we learn to want to love. When we understand what it means to be unconditionally loved by God, there is a great desire to do good, to be a source of healing for others, a source of presence, non-judgmental, and be able then to look at ourselves with unconditional love and other people. It doesn't mean being soft or letting people become enablers or all that kind of thing. No, there's a strong love there. It's a discerning love, discerning with the Spirit that in this particular situation, like a doctor, an incision has to be made. Some unpleasant medicine has to be applied. Every time I get one of these little keratoses, and heaven help me, I've had some basal cancer. The anesthesia is far more painful than anything else I've ever had. You know, and I know other people who have, now my brother-in-law has squamous cancer, you know, and face here, and the pain. But sometimes you've got to use the scalpel. And so, but if it has to happen, it's out of love, it's out of healing, life. We want life. So anyway, with this, I'm going to stop, even though there's lots more to share, but you can read about it. And I'd like to take a prayer now, and we enter into the taste of silence. Some of you have had this already, but don't look at me. Don't have, well, it helps to throw your eyes on something, but it's better to keep, try to stay present to your body and to what's going on in your mind, rather than reading. Trust that in your memory, you'll hear what you need to hear, and your body also. So I would like to take us inward, but let's start with a prayer. To the Theotokos, who is in our midst and who is very present to us. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. O Theotokos, Mother of God, enlighten the eyes of my heart. You who have brought forth into this world the light that knows no setting, enlightening the whole world, grant that I may become a child of this same light in Christ Jesus. Amen. seat feels comfortable, that your back is straight, your neck is in alignment with your back as much as possible, and your head is slightly comfortably, slightly bent, not down like this, and not straight up like that. No tension, just let it be, and it tends to want to drop just a slight bit. Your hands can be however they feel comfortable in your lap, resting upward on your knees, your palms upward, or downwards, or you can also find it easier to hold your attention if you somehow touch one finger with your thumb. These are different ways in which humanity over the ages has found ways and means to help concentrate. They're just tools. They don't have meaning in themselves as far as we're concerned here. So maybe they can have, if your hands are open, it means, well, I'm surrendering. I'm open to grace. Now I'd like to invite us to sweep our whole bodies. Remember, our bodies are the temple of God. Sweep our whole bodies from our toes, bring up the attention from our toes to our ankle, feet, the bottom of our feet, up through our legs, through our buttocks, through the abdomen. Just move it up. Anywhere you feel any tension, just let it be. Breathe nice and deeply over it. Let it be. If a memory comes, just simply say, it's okay. Let it be. You can go. If it wants to stay, well, it's okay. But the tension comes because we don't want it, we're worried about it. So let go of that tension of wanting it to be different. Just let it be. And move your attention up through the heart area. Expand the lungs, nice deep breath. And let it out. Breathe in, just like God breathed into the nostrils of Adam. And even Adam became a living your attention rise up higher to the cranial cortex, higher to the top of your skull. It might be good to imagine your head being sort of lifted up from above, rather than sinking down like a weight on your neck and shoulders. Thinking too much tends to make our heads feel big and heavy. So let go of any worries and concerns and pains and thoughts of any kind. Breathe in and breathe out slowly, deeply. Now I'm asking you to go back downwards, travel very slowly from your top of your head, just checking out again anything tense. Let it be. When you get to your shoulders, then let your attention go out into your arms. To your hands, to the tips of your fingers. And you may feel in the tips of your fingers something tingling. That's okay. Now bring your attention back to the center, your heart, and lungs. And just keep going downwards to the tip of your toes again. Just let it sweep. We're going to take 2 minutes now. I'll put the little timer on to do this sweeping movement with your attention going from the bottom all the way up, down through your arms, and all the way back down again. Just pay attention. No words are necessary.